You know what's strange? Some people don't ask for help when life gets hard. They don't cry in front of you. They don't explain what's happening. They just disappear. One day they're texting back, laughing, showing up, and then suddenly, silence. No goodbye, no announcement, just distance. And if that sounds familiar, stay with me because what I'm about to tell you will completely change how you see people who disappear. You've probably lived this scene. Your phone lights up. A message comes in. Are you okay? Haven't heard from you. Instead of feeling comforted, your chest tightens. You stare at the screen, thumb hovering, trying to write something normal. Yeah, just busy. Delete. Sorry, things have been weird. Delete? You don't know how to explain it without sounding dramatic, so you put the phone face down. You tell yourself you'll reply later, then later becomes tomorrow, tomorrow becomes a week, and now the silence feels too big to break. That's the part people don't understand. You didn't vanish because you stopped caring. You vanished because caring suddenly felt heavy. Psychologists call one piece of this avoidant coping. Richard Lazarus and Susan Folkman's work on stress and coping showed that when people feel overwhelmed, they don't always move toward the problem. Sometimes they move away from it, not because they're lazy, not because they're cold, because the brain is trying to reduce emotional pressure fast. Think of it like closing every tab on your laptop when it starts overheating. You're not solving the project, you're stopping the system from crashing. This is why you might ignore messages, cancel plans, or disappear from people you genuinely love. Your nervous system is saying, too much input, shut it down. To outsiders, it looks like neglect. From the inside, it feels like survival. But here's where it gets interesting. Disappearing can also come from attachment deactivation, a pattern linked to avoidant attachment. John Bowlby's attachment theory, later expanded by Mary Ainsworth, showed that early relationships shape how safe we feel depending on others. Researchers like Philip Shaver and Mario Mikulincer have written about how avoidantly attached people often deactivate their attachment needs. Simple translation: when closeness feels risky, your mind teaches you to need less. So when life gets painful, instead of reaching out, you become extremely self-contained. You tell yourself, I don't want to bother anyone, or no one would understand anyway. It's like having an emotional smoke alarm that goes off not when people leave, but when they get too close. This is why you might crave support and avoid it at the exact same time. And here's the kicker: sometimes disappearing is emotional suppression wearing a calm face. James Gross, one of the leading researchers on emotion regulation, has shown that suppressing emotions can make you look controlled on the outside while increasing stress on the inside. In studies published in journals like the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, suppression was linked with weaker social connection and heavier internal strain. That means your silence might not mean you feel nothing. It might mean you're feeling too much and trying not to leak. You become the person who says, I'm fine, because explaining the truth would require opening a door you don't know how to close. This is why people think you're distant, when really you're using distance as a container. Now, before the comments section explodes, there's an uncomfortable truth here. Disappearing can hurt people. Silence can confuse someone who cares about you. It can make them question what they did wrong. So no, vanishing is not automatically deep, mysterious, or noble. There's a healthy version and a trauma-based version. The healthy version says, I need space, but I'll communicate that. The trauma-based version says, I need space, so I must become unreachable before anyone sees me struggling. One protects your energy, the other protects your wound, and the hard part is that they can feel the same in the moment. Both feel like relief, but only one leaves the bridge intact behind you. Here's the reframe though. You're not broken, you're not heartless, you're not someone who doesn't care enough. You may be someone whose brain learned that pressure is safer alone. You may be wired for depth over noise. When things get hard, you don't perform pain publicly. You retreat into the back room of yourself and reorganize the mess before anyone walks in. That doesn't make you weak. It means your system is protective, maybe too protective. You're not disappearing because you lack love. Sometimes you disappear because love feels like one more thing you're afraid of disappointing. The bigger meaning is this: people don't always leave because they want distance. Sometimes they leave because they don't know how to be seen while falling apart. And maybe the quietest kind of healing is learning that you can take space without erasing yourself. You can pause without vanishing. You can be overwhelmed and still be reachable in small, honest ways. Not perfectly, not every time. Just enough to remind yourself that being human doesn't have to happen alone. If this hit home, subscribe. And if you've ever wondered why some people push away the exact support they secretly want, you'll probably love the next video, The Psychology of People Who Push Everyone Away. Click to find out why distance can sometimes be a disguised cry for safety.